everybody. My name is Kaylee. I am the lead prevention specialist at YWCA Spokane. We are currently working remotely, as you can tell, and so we wanted to create a video series to bring you guys some education while you are at home and for something for you guys to watch later on. So working with prevention, our primary focus is youth and young adult in our community to provide education about domestic violence and to hopefully prevent it one day. So today I would like to talk to you about respect, boundaries, and consent. It's important to first recognize that everyone has a different meaning of what love is and what it looks like. Although I think we can all agree that in a healthy relationship, respect is one of the biggest factors. So, what is respect? Respect is defined from Google as a positive feeling or action shown towards someone or something considered important or held in high esteem or regard. It conveys a sense of admiration for good or valuable qualities. So, what does respect look like in a healthy relationship? Here are some examples from loveisrespect.org. Talking openly and honestly with each other, especially the hard things that you may be going through. Truly listen to each other and value each other's feelings and needs. We're all different and we all have different values and needs, so identifying those together is super helpful. Compromise, but always within reason so you aren't going against your own morals or values. Speaking kindly to and about each other. To each other, about each other to your friends or colleagues. Not saying things intentionally that you know will hurt that person's feelings, because when we do that, that leads into unhealthy and abusive behaviors. So, giving each other the space when needed or asked, supporting and encouraging each other's interests, hobbies, careers, etc. Being there just to support, right? And building each other up and honoring each other's boundaries, no matter what. Respect, like a lot of things, is something we learn from our examples. It's important to be open to new things and understand there isn't just one right way to show somebody respect. Just like there isn't one right way to show somebody that you love them. Everybody has a different love language, and so understanding their love language or how they receive or show respect is important. So, with that being said, what is a boundary? Because in showing them respect, you respect their boundaries. Boundaries I like to think of as an invisible line or bubble that people shouldn't cross. Things you are comfortable with doing, things you aren't comfortable, things you enjoy and things you don't. Whether that's a personal bubble in the sense of your own personal space or just a bubble around your feelings. Way too often, our boundaries get crossed, sometimes intentionally and sometimes unintentionally by friends, families, and partners. Setting boundaries in a relationship is very important. Being able to communicate what you want and what you're comfortable with sets the tone of your relationship. So, here are some tips on how to get started setting boundaries in a healthy relationship from breakthecycle.org. Communicate your thoughts. Just like with respect, communication. Communication is always key. So, communicate your thoughts with one another. Never assume or guess your partner's feelings. And always ask. This should not be something that's uncomfortable if the communication is open and honest and welcomed. Follow through on what you say because it shows your accountability and what you expect and deserve in return. In a healthy relationship, boundaries are discussed and respected, and nothing is forced or pushed upon you. So, a lot of times when people hear boundaries, they also associate that with consent. Consent is defined by Google as permission for something that happens or agreement to do something. Now, consent isn't just about sex. There should be consent when it comes to holding hands, giving somebody a hug, or just taking somebody's picture. Consent comes into play in all relationships, not just intimate partner relationships. But for today's lesson, we're going to focus on the intimate definition of examples. So, one of my favorite acronyms to explain consent comes from Planned Parenthood. They use the acronym FRIES. F, freely given, meaning it's free and in a clear mindset. F for reversible, meaning that somebody can change their mind at any point, it does not matter. I for informed, to be able to fully understand what is happening. E for enthusiastic, meaning a big fat yes. Specific, meaning the big fat yes was in regards to something specific that you asked about. So I'd like you viewers to watch this video with me. It's short and it's silly, I know, but it does a very good job of explaining consent, so I hope that you enjoy it.
If you're still struggling with consent, just imagine instead of initiating sex, you're making them a cup of tea. You say, "Hey, would you like a cup of tea?" And they go, "Oh my God, I would love a cup of tea, thank you." Then you know they want a cup of tea. If you say, "Hey, would you like a cup of tea?" And they're like, I'm not really sure. Then you can make them a cup of tea, or not, but be aware that they might not drink it. And if they don't drink it, then, and this is the important bit, don't make them drink it. Just because you made it doesn't mean you're entitled to watch them drink it. And if they say, "No thank you," then don't make them tea. At all. Just don't make them tea. Don't make them drink tea. Don't get annoyed at them for not wanting tea. They just don't want tea, okay? They might say, "Yes, please, that's kind of you." And then when the tea arrives, they actually don't want the tea at all. Sure, that's kind of annoying as you've gone to all the effort of making the tea, but they remain under no obligation to drink the tea. They did want tea, now they don't. Some people change their mind in the time it takes to boil the kettle, brew the tea, and add the milk. And it's okay for people to change their mind, and you are still not entitled to watch them drink it. And if they are unconscious, don't make them tea. Unconscious people don't want tea, and they can't answer the question, "Do you want tea?" because they're unconscious. Okay, maybe they were conscious when you asked them if they wanted tea, and they said yes, but in the time it took you to boil the kettle or brew the tea and add the milk, they are now unconscious. You should just put the tea down, make sure the unconscious person is safe, and this is the important part again, don't make them drink the tea. They said yes then, sure, but unconscious people don't want tea. If someone said yes to tea, started drinking it, and then passed out before they'd finished it, don't keep on pouring it down their throat. Take the tea away. Make sure they are safe, because unconscious people don't want tea. Trust me on this. If someone said yes to tea around your house last Saturday, that doesn't mean they want you to make them tea all the time. They don't want you to come around to their place unexpectedly and make them tea and force them to drink it, going, "But you wanted tea last week," or to wake up to find you pouring tea down their throat, going, "But you wanted tea last night." If you can understand how completely ludicrous it is to force people to have tea when they don't want tea, and you are able to understand when people don't want tea, then how hard is it to understand when it comes to sex? Whether it's tea or sex, consent is everything. And on that note, I'm going to make myself a cup of tea.
Hi guys! Thank you so much for watching this video. If you or someone you love is concerned about intimate partner violence, please know our confidential advocates are available to talk through YWCA Spokane's 24-hour helpline. Just call 326-CALL. That's 326-2255 or email help@ywcaspokane.org. Have a great day and stay safe. Thank you.